Most men believe that when a woman is distant in bed, she'll show it clearly. Coldness, rejection, silence. But that's rarely how it happens. A woman who's emotionally or physically unsatisfied doesn't always pull away. She often performs closeness. She hides behind affection that feels routine, behind smiles that look believable, behind reassurances that sound sincere. Her silence isn't peace, it's protection. She doesn't want to hurt your pride, so she learns to perform satisfaction while quietly longing for more connection. This doesn't make her cruel, it makes her human. But as a man, if you can read the signs early, you can fix the emotional distance before it hardens into resentment. These are the 5 hidden signs that she's unsatisfied in intimacy, but she's covering it well. The first sign is emotional politeness replacing passion. She hasn't stopped being kind, she's simply become cautious. The warmth is still there, but it feels measured, like she's performing affection rather than expressing it. She laughs when she's supposed to laugh, hugs when she's supposed to hug, but the spark is gone. Her intimacy feels rehearsed, not raw. When she's unsatisfied, she protects your feelings by becoming gentle instead of genuine. Her politeness is her armor. She's trying to keep peace while suppressing disappointment. Dr. Elena Rose explains that when a woman loses fulfillment but not attachment, she becomes polite because honesty feels dangerous. She worries that truth will bruise your confidence, so she hides her longing behind patience. What feels like calm maturity is sometimes quiet avoidance. When intimacy turns into a performance of comfort rather than a dance of connection, that's your first warning. The second sign is a shift in timing. Her rhythm changes. She delays closeness. She finds subtle ways to postpone moments that once came naturally. Maybe she goes to bed later or suddenly gets busier before intimate time. She'll say she's tired, that she's had a long day, that her mind isn't in the right place. And while those words might be true, the pattern isn't. Dr. Elena Rose calls this emotional pacing. A woman who's fulfilled looks forward to closeness, but when she's hiding dissatisfaction, her body starts saying, "not yet," long before her words do. It's not rejection, it's resistance to disappointment. She's not avoiding you because she doesn't care. She's avoiding the feeling of pretending. Her delay is her protection, not punishment. It's how she quietly tells herself that she still has control over something that feels out of sync. The third sign is a sudden increase in non-physical affection. This one can be confusing because it looks like love, and in many ways, it still is. She starts holding your hand more, hugging longer, giving soft forehead kisses. But the deeper intimacy begins to fade. She replaces physical vulnerability with gestures of care. Why? Because she wants connection without discomfort. She still loves the closeness, but not the experience that no longer satisfies her. Dr. Elena Rose teaches that when physical intimacy loses emotional resonance, a woman compensates with gentleness. She touches to reassure, not to connect. You feel her love, but not her desire. It's tenderness without tension, and the more she replaces passion with comfort, the more the emotional distance quietly expands between you. The fourth sign is verbal redirection. When you talk about intimacy, she changes the subject or uses humor to deflect. She'll make light comments like, "You're too serious," or, "Why are we talking about this now?" But the truth is, she avoids these conversations because they expose a truth she doesn't want to say aloud. A woman's silence about intimacy isn't always shyness, it's self-protection. She knows words can wound pride, so she stays quiet to protect both of you from discomfort. Dr. Elena Rose calls this protective silence, a woman's attempt to preserve harmony at the cost of truth. If you ask her what she likes, or if something feels off, she'll smile and say, "Everything's fine." But the more she insists it's fine, the more she's trying to convince herself it is. A woman deeply fulfilled doesn't need reassurance. Her peace shows naturally. But a woman who's performing contentment will talk around the truth, never through it. The fifth and most subtle sign is the loss of emotional afterglow. When a woman is truly connected, intimacy lingers. It softens her mood, makes her glow, makes her draw closer even after the moment is over. But when she's unsatisfied, she disconnects quickly. She turns to her phone, rolls away, or grows quiet. It's not anger, it's emptiness. She's trying to process what she didn't feel. She might still say kind words, might still smile, but her eyes will tell you that her heart is somewhere else. Dr. Alina Rose explains that this post-intimacy withdrawal isn't about cruelty. It's about emotional contrast. Her body was there, but her spirit wasn't. And the gap between those two creates quiet sorrow. She hides it behind composure because she doesn't want to start a conversation she can't finish. Now here's the truth most men don't want to hear. When a woman hides her dissatisfaction, it's rarely about you as a man. It's about how safe she feels expressing her needs. If she doesn't feel emotionally secure enough to tell you what she truly wants, she'll hide it. She fears that honesty will lead to conflict, not closeness. That's why she chooses silence. The real wound isn't the lack of satisfaction, it's the lack of communication. Dr. Alina Rose teaches that intimacy is not just about physical connection, it's emotional synchronization. When a woman feels seen, she relaxes. When she feels heard, she opens. When she feels loved without judgment, her body responds in kind. But when she feels pressured, dismissed, or misunderstood, she disconnects silently and begins living in a polite version of love that lacks truth. So what can a man do when he recognizes these signs? The answer isn't confrontation, it's conversation. Not with demands, but with patience. You don't fix distance by force, you close it by creating safety. Stop asking what's wrong. Start asking what feels missing. Listen without defending yourself. Don't rush to reassure her. Reassurance often feels like dismissal. Let her speak freely, even if it's uncomfortable. Because every woman wants to be honest, but few feel safe enough to be. True confidence in a man is not measured by his ability to perform. It's measured by his ability to listen without ego. When you create a space where she feels emotionally safe, she'll stop hiding her truth. And when she stops hiding, the connection will heal naturally. Because no woman wants to live pretending she's fulfilled. She does it only when she believes the truth will cost her your respect. Dr. Alina Rose reminds every man that intimacy is a reflection of emotional safety. You can't create closeness through technique. You create it through trust. A woman who feels emotionally seen will always feel physically connected. But when she feels unseen, unvalued, or unheard, her body becomes quiet, even if her lips keep smiling. So when you sense distance, when her affection feels polite, when her laughter sounds forced, don't ignore it. Don't take it personally. See it as a message her heart is trying to deliver quietly. Because dissatisfaction doesn't start in the body, it starts in the soul. And when you heal that part of her, the rest will follow naturally. A loyal woman doesn't stop loving easily. She hides her pain because she still cares. But no one can hide forever. Sooner or later, the silence between you becomes heavier than the truth she's afraid to speak. That's when a man has a choice, to stay defensive or to become the kind of presence where honesty feels safe again. Dr. Alina Rose teaches that real strength in a man isn't about dominance, it's about awareness. It's the calm ability to sense what's unsaid, to feel what's hidden, and to bring truth back to the surface without breaking her spirit. Because every woman wants connection, but only the man who listens beyond words will truly earn it.